Got the heaters on in the background. Lord Scone, good morning, everybody. Quick sound check. Can everybody hear me? If you can, put something in the comments. Oh, yeah, that's what I like to see. Hey, Jamie. Morning. Everybody got their coffee going. Hopefully we won't have any technical issues. It's like their TikTok servers went down last night. It's 40. I think they said it was 40 degrees out this morning. So yeah. So the shop was a little chilly, but I got up about 4:30, came out here and turned the heaters on, and so yeah. Good morning, Casey. Where you at this morning? Hey, Jessica, how you doing? Good morning. Thank you for joining this morning. Hope you got your coffee and you're someplace warm. Good. Well, to report in, I have not had any response from my sponsor request. So yeah, I'm sure it's this time of year they're busy. They maybe are not interested. So I don't know. So I may do something else. I haven't decided yet. So, but we're going to do something. We'll figure out something. Oh, that's what I wanted to do this morning. Let me look here. Has everybody started getting their Christmas list together? Morning, Chris. How's it going? Poor Chris. I just saw his video this morning, bright and early. Dogs going out. Let the dogs out so they can go run around before it's bedtime. And what do they run into but a skunk? I bet that was not a fun time. He said, Chris says, all good there. Well, I'm sure it's not the first time that your dog's been sprayed by a skunk, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, guys, how would you like it to be end of your day and your dog gets sprayed by a skunk? Good morning, Ed. How's it going? Lots of snow where Ed's at. I've been watching his walks. I hope everybody's been, watching his walks and going to his videos. Make sure you're supporting him there. Give him a like. He posted on TikTok and on and here on TikTok. So show him some love there on both locations. Thank you for joining the fan club, and appreciate that, Ed. Thanks. Ed is my fan club. There's a lot of people that have joined, so I appreciate it. There you are, Dugan 17. Is it? Oh man, I'll remember you just because I like that last part of your handle. So is your name Connor? The way it's all together, Connor Dugan 17. I'm just going to call you Dugan because that's easy for me to remember. Thank you for joining this morning again. I appreciate that. And then I got Jessica over here on YouTube. She's back and commenting, which is always fun. I'm glad you're here. Jessica, are you a coffee drinker, or do you just or do you drink something else in the morning? Did everybody see the Christmas question of the day yesterday? If you haven't seen it, the question was, and if you'll go follow up later maybe, or if you see it later, give it a like. The question was about eggnog. Yeah, the first thing then. Oh, okay. All right. Are you a baseball player? Do you play baseball? It looks like maybe your picture's a baseball picture. I didn't see it there, Connor. Whacking waterfowl. All right. You too. Thank you for joining us this morning. You do? All right. Well, you know, Ed is a huge baseball fan. White Sox, I believe, is his team. Braden just joined. Good morning, Braden. Hey, everybody. Hey, if you're new here, let me know where you're from. Make sure you send me one of those little heart me emojis so you join the fan club. Oh, wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate the gifts. Those are really nice. And there's my girl, Kim. Hey, Kim, good morning. Kim and Jessica over here on YouTube. You know what? Ed told me a long time ago. He said, you know, just slow and steady, and people will join your live. And it's you know, of course, a lot of times it's the same people, which I love. So if you've not ever gone live and you ever think about going live, I would encourage you to do that. It's fun. You'll meet some nice people. And if I know you're going live, I'll try to join and reciprocate the thank you. Appreciate that. Reciprocate the same attention that you do to my live. I appreciate that. So anyway, back to Christmas gifts. Well, before Christmas gift, I was going to ask you a question about eggnog, just in case you hadn't seen the video I posted yesterday. So is there anybody here that likes eggnog? Gnarly Rabbit over here on YouTube. Hey, good morning, old timer. Yeah, I'm getting on up there some. I'm not totally wore out yet. Keb just joined. Thank you. Not really. Yeah. So Chris says, yeah, no, he's not. How about you, Casey? Is anybody like eggnog? I knew Kim would. Kim on YouTube does like eggnog. She does. Gnarly Rabbit, how about you? You like eggnog? Yeah. You know, I remember a great aunt when I was a kid, and some of us may know where she lived in Mejia. It's spelled Mexia. She lived in Mejia, Texas, and that's where I was born. And she always made eggnog during the holidays. And of course, for the adults, it had a little kick in it. Philip LaPan. And so, anyway, yeah. Lloyd, hey man, how's it going? Good morning. Lloyd's over here on YouTube, joined us. Thank you for joining. If you're on the other side there on YouTube, do what you do, like, share, follow, all that fun stuff. You know, a lot of times sharing the live it really helps too. It gets the word out, you know, and if maybe you have some friends that don't normally watch YouTube in the morning, but you know, give them a heads up. I appreciate Jay. Hey man, are you MAGA? I'm a conservative Christian, so does that make me MAGA? So here's Jay. Here's my stance on that. I don't like everything any president does, and I don't care what party they're in. But that's why I say I'm a conservative Christian, and that's kind of what I base all of my stuff on. I don't know a politician that I'm just super crazy about. I think some of them do some stuff good. Hey, Jimmy D. And some are self-serving. And I think more of them are self-serving than anything. What up, Jimmy? Hey, Jimmy, do you like eggnog? We can't find too many. We've only found one person. Kim on YouTube does like eggnog. I can't drink it. So there's two things, you know, that brought up something else I was thinking about too is buttermilk. Does anybody drink buttermilk? You know, used to, when my dad was growing up, apparently drinking buttermilk was a pretty common thing. I mean, you saw it a lot. Kyle, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining. I'm doing good today. What is today? Today's Wednesday. You know, if you see me getting closer to the screen, it's so that I can read what you say. But I do. I am going for an eye exam tomorrow, so hopefully, I'll be getting a new pair of glasses. My dad drank. Yeah. So Calcop's dad drank buttermilk. Now I do like buttermilk. You know, like when you're cooking, if you're cooking, you know, biscuits or this or that or whatever. Buttermilk in that, and buttermilk in your cornbread's nice. What's that I was saying? I owe, so off to work I go. So that was my daughter leaving for work this morning. Casey's over in New York. Ooh, it's nice and cold there. Anyway, so I'm not crazy about buttermilk, but my dad drank it he would get a cold glass of buttermilk and take, a lot of times it was cornbread that may be left over from supper. And he would crumble cornbread up in a glass of buttermilk. And he ate it that way. And I tell you, I just like, oh, no, thank you. No buttermilk for me, except for cooking, because it's really good in cooking, but just to drink it and eat it with cold cornbread. However, I always have to remember that my dad grew up very poor. His father was a sharecropper. So there's two things. Only one thing I ever knew that my dad just flat refused to eat anymore, and that was pinto beans. He just couldn't make himself eat those. He said he ate so many pinto beans when he was a kid that just the smell of them, he didn't care for them. I love pinto beans. Good pot of homemade pinto beans. They're good. Do you want to participate? Hey, I'm looking for crazy people to hunt bears in Southern California. That's crazy. Hunt bear. What are you hunting? So just so everybody knows what's going on here. We have a new follower here on YouTube, and I'm just going to call him Fab. And he said he was looking for some crazy people to hunt bears in Southern California. I don't know. I think I might pass on that. Yeah, pinto beans, good. Cindy joined over here on YouTube. Thank you. What's my channel about? Just joining. So what we do here on this channel, we have coffee in the morning. We talk about daily events. We share and engage with each other. And we do play some trivia games and, something different all the time. Depending on where the conversation takes us. Been doing it about 3 months now, I guess. Isn't that about right, Chris? Around 3 months, Ed? We have a unique group of people here. We have a Lutheran minister, Ed, and also a broadcaster and content maker. Then we have Chris Calcop over here on TikTok. He is a Texas peace officer and works for Southwestern Cattle Association. And that association has been around since the 1800s. And what he does is protects ranchers against cattle theft and equipment and that type of stuff. And he is a retired DPS officer here in the state of Texas. So that's what he does. I work in technology just till the end of the month, and then I'm going to be focusing here on my social media for a while. Anyway, we got Jimmy D up in Maine. We have people in Idaho, Illinois. We have someone joined from Iran the other day. So you just never know where it's going to go. Been 3 months. Doesn't seem that long ago, does it? And so, everybody just shares. So, Cindy, where are you from? And sometimes, like this morning, I'm going to talk about a couple of tools because I am a affiliate marketer, but no, I don't sell anything during the lives. But I will occasionally show stuff. And like right now, we're doing. You'll see videos posted daily. We're doing a countdown for Christmas. I was trying to come up with something for a giveaway. And so we're still waiting on an answer from the sponsor. I did send them a separate email last night. And so I know it's the holiday season and they're busy. So hopefully I'll get something back pretty quick. But if I don't, I'll do something else. 7 wrecks yesterday. Yeah, Casey is also a longtime supporter. He is a truck driver and he travels across the United States, always letting us know where he's at. Currently, he was in New York yesterday or Wisconsin. He's up on the East Coast where all that bad weather and snow is. So, Casey, make sure that you're being careful. He was driving in some freezing rain. We need to make sure that we thank drivers like Casey who travel all over the United States bringing merchandise to us, because if it wasn't for him, you might not have anything in the store when you got there in the morning. So, and Casey delivers a lot of different things, just whatever's paying him. He's an independent trucker. He works contracts out through a company, but anyway, that's what Casey does. We have so many more people. Wisconsin, I think Wisconsin's tired. Jimmy D owns his own business. He's from Maine. Wow, we have some single mothers that join the group. We just all try to support each other here, I think. It's a safe place, if you... So hopefully you'll continue to join, Cindy. Cindy's from Santa Monica, California. Can you imagine? Let me see what time it is here, because we're in Texas. So it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. So Cindy, do you work overnight, or are you just an early riser? Some of us, like me and Ed and Chris, we all get up early. And Tom, I'm just going to call you Tom 138. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Good vibe. I hear you. Thank you. Great. Thank you. Jessica, right here. Oh, Kyle. Hey, man. From Texas. All right. What part of Texas you from, Kyle? I wonder where Mowing God's at this morning. I hadn't seen him this morning. So if you were here yesterday, you'll know that TikTok had some server issues, and about halfway through the live, boom, I lost it. However, 80s Rule just joined or drove by and had to shut everything down, reboot. When I got it back up, I started the live again just for a few minutes, and luckily it was good because Casey and Mowing God jumped back on, and I hadn't gotten a chance to talk to them, so I was visiting with them for a few minutes. Kim and Jessica hung around and stuck it out with me, and I appreciate that. I hate it when we have technical difficulties, but you all have computers and internet, and sometimes that happens. Yeah, a little more about Ed too, just so you know. He has a podcast called Reflection. Season 5 is currently running. You can get him on Spotify and Apple Music. So if you like podcasts, he has some really good guests. Go check it out. He has 5 seasons, so you can go all the way back. Ed is also did some radio broadcasting when he was in college. And so that's always interesting. He has a good radio voice. Today's Wednesday, tomorrow, we do a live. Well, I don't do it. I just join it. Ed does a live with a group of men in his church, and we do Bible study on Thursday nights, Central Standard Time. We do it from 6:30 to 7:30, depends on what the discussion is and where it goes. That's always fun, and you're welcome to join there too. He streams it on. He is now streaming it on TikTok and YouTube, so feel free to do that and reach out to Ed. Ed currently is, like I said, he's on day 336, or I think today's 337. He's taking a walk and taking a picture every day for his goal is to make it through the end of the year, 365 days. How many people can say they did something every day for 365 days? Not very many. So quite a commitment. So definitely go out there and support him doing that. I think it shows a lot about his character. And he keeps us on the straight and narrow here too. Kyle's in San Antonio. All right. Well, Kyle, I'm just up the road from you in Pflugerville. But I have a lot of coworkers that work in San Antonio. So yeah. Been to San Antonio a bunch of times. Cal Copper, you're on your way to New Jersey. Oh, okay. That's Casey. Sorry. Honey, I'll help I can to stay on the track. So I do too. Yeah. Thank God for Ed. He is a busy man. Well, that's good, Kyle. I'm glad you're in Texas. Thank you for joining over here on YouTube. I appreciate that. So, we're just trying to build a community here. Like I said, now tomorrow's little get together show, we're going to do trivia tomorrow. Okay. Trivia. I was really hoping that I was going to have something to, give away. And that was my whole thing is, I reached out to, and I'll take my hat off so you can see, to Del Rio Feed Supply. I like their caps. They're really good quality. I've been wearing them for several years, and I always have people ask me about, hey, where can I get one of those? And so I asked them to sponsor the show for a couple of weeks and maybe donate some hats that we could, use as a giveaway. I haven't gotten an answer. It's only been a couple of days, and so patience on my part. So anyway, that's what we're talking about. And I'm just sitting here. So initially I pulled questions, just randomly here and there and put them together. But I realized that I have 3 different versions of Trivial Pursuit that have all these questions on them. And I was never a great fan of Trivial Pursuit, but the family liked it. And, we'd sit around and we'd have friends and stuff. And anyway, we always played Trivial Pursuit, so it was fun. And we've done trivia on this show a couple of times, and everybody seems to enjoy it. So tomorrow will be trivia question days. So make sure you put your smart hat on in the morning and have plenty of coffee. Jessica 9:38, my brother. Oh, okay. Hang on, guys. I'm reading something. Yep. All right. So Ed's dropping a new episode, more Christmas special show. All right. Thanks. So everybody go check that out on his podcast, Reflection. Yeah. Good. Man, that's great. I love that. 6:30. Okay. So here's just a sample question for today. And you can put your answer in the comments. There's Morning God. Good morning. It's kind of like I have Ed over here on this shoulder, keeping me under control. And then I have Mowing God. Mowing God is on TikTok. He's over here on this shoulder. And he's like the little devil with you've seen those little cartoons with the little pitchfork. and he's over here poking me. So between the two, I try to stay balanced. Isn't that right, Moin God? Okay, so here's a quick sample of a trivia question today. It says, what cowgirl did Sitting Bull call Little Sure Shot? What cowgirl did Sitting Bull call Little Sure Shot? Anybody know? Answer to that question? Anybody at all? Man, I got some smart cookies on here. Y'all, that was too easy for y'all. Annie Oakley is a correct answer. Huh? I'm gonna have to give. I'm gonna have to think about giving some hard ones. Hard. Oh, I don't know about that one. All right, here's a quick one. Who jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge? Does anybody know that answer? Who jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge? So Kim knew that last answer. So did Ed. So did Chris. Really? Somebody not too smart. See, that's Moin God. Moin God said somebody not too smart jumped off of that. Man, these questions must be. I don't know. I mean, I knew who it was because I looked at the answer. But you're right. Billy Joe McAllister jumped off. You remember that song? And I always forget too. Ed is a real. He likes music and lots of different styles. So. And he's a rocker. He likes rock and roll music too. I wouldn't have thought that. That's not where I would have thought he liked, but he does. Trouble finding the bridge up here. Yeah, that's true. You know, I tell you a story about bridges. I had in the 80s here in Austin. If you've ever been to Austin, there is a bridge called the 360 Bridge. Goes over water pretty high up, and a guy that I worked with thought, you know, people used to jump off of it a long time ago, even though they told them don't jump off that bridge, and now they've got it where you can't really get where you can jump off of it because they've had a couple of people do that. But yeah, that crazy guy, he one night, I don't remember if it was a girlfriend or this. Something distressful happened to him, and he jumped off that bridge. Well, guess what? It didn't kill him. He did hit the water, but it paralyzed him from the neck down for the rest of his life. So yeah, that's what my experience is with bridges and people jumping off of them. So whatever you do, don't jump off any bridges. Any of you ever been to San Francisco? Anybody at all ever been to San Francisco that's on the live and gone across the Golden Gate Bridge? Anybody ever done that? If you have, put something in the comments. Let me know. No? Casey's been there. No. So in 1990, no, maybe it was late 80s, I won a trip. I worked for Coca-Cola Bottling Company at the time, and I won a trip selling Dr. Pepper. All expense paid trip. It's been 37 years ago because it was on our 10th wedding anniversary. We went to San Francisco. All expenses paid by Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper. Here in Austin, we sold Coke and Dr. Pepper. And it was a really nice trip. And, you know, when I say a really nice trip, back then there weren't homeless people everywhere. And it was safe. And we stayed downtown San Francisco. We went out and toured Alcatraz, which was One of the reasons I wanted to go to San Francisco is I wanted to see Alcatraz. I had worked in the state prisons here in Texas for a short time, and so it was interesting. If you ever get a chance, and you know, definitely go out and tour Alcatraz. It's a lot of history there, but you know, some makes you feel a little weird too, knowing that, you know, people were there. But you could actually go in and see what the cells look like, and then, you know, they tell you history about the escape from Alcatraz, which you've probably all seen the movie. A lot of history. The wharf there is there's some good restaurants there. But while we were there, you know, and going out to Alcatraz and back, you can see the Golden Gate Bridge. And I'm telling you, that thing, if you've never seen it in person, there's some history there too. And that, you know, you have the ocean in and out, and that's why they think the prisoners who escaped from Alcatraz probably drowned. And that water's super cold, but a lot of history there. And we went up in the wine country there while we were there, and saw some seals on the beach. And so, yeah, I don't know what it would be like going there today. I've heard that the homeless population, in a lot of big cities, has really kind of taken over, and that's, to me, sad. But I can tell you, I would like to probably go to Wyoming and Montana and the Grand Canyon and a lot of other places that I think probably don't have a large homeless population, and be pretty to visit. Our national parks too. I think I'd like to go to Yosemite and some, if you've never seen the redwoods in Northern California, oh man, those things are gorgeous. And you know, I haven't seen them since I was very young. And I've heard that some of those redwoods have actually died in, you know, different storms and come down. You know, there used to be one when I was a kid that you could actually drive through, and that tree is actually gone. It's no longer there. So anyway, my granddaughter, she's just waking up. My third one that's getting ready to go to work. They go in stages. I heard it's nasty in West California. 65 and 70 again in 2000. We're up here. Big trees scare you? Yeah. The Pacific Northwest is also a really pretty part of the country. I spent some time north of Seattle, up in the Puget Sound. There's some history there too. I never knew there was, the United States had a huge armory up there that had huge cannons pointing out into the Puget Bay to protect the United States. And you know, the armory's still there that you can tour. So yeah. And then, you know, the trees and the landscape up there, it's really pretty. Just be careful, because there's a lot of liberals that live in that part of the country. I've been told. Not me. Okay. So I told you I wanted to show you, and I hadn't even posted this yet, so y'all are getting the first look at this. Being an affiliate marketer, I have companies reach out to me, and they'll send me a product and want me to you know, promote it and do a review. Has anyone ever seen or had a let me hold it up here. Anybody got any idea what that is? If you know what it is, put something in the comments. It's not a joke. Oh my God, it's not a joke, really. Yeah. The Puget Sound there in Bremerton, Washington, is a huge naval base there. And that's my niece's husband was in the Navy too, and that's where he was stationed. Peacemaker off of TikTok. Pacemaker. Oh, boy, God says it's a pacemaker off of TikTok. No, it's a measuring tape. That's right. Had to have a woman tell you what it was. Come on. So I just got this last night, and you're right. It is a measuring tape. I hadn't even seen. I just noticed here. Okay, so it's got a little USB-C. That's a charging port because this is a digital tape measure. You know, not everybody knows how to read a tape measure, especially if it's, you know, something that you pick up twice a year. Hey, how okay, now I'm going to the store and getting something. But you can't really read all of the little, and I'll get it closer, all the little marks. Well, what this does is for people who can't read or don't know how to read a, let me see, turn that on. Okay, so now you can see it has a digital, let me get it where, see how it's got that digital screen there? I always forget that the webcam's up here and I'm looking at myself over here. So it does, you see that it has a digital readout. Well, you can, we'll just measure this box here just for something to do. And so I'm going to just, you know, hook it, measure it. And then lock it into place. And that's just a lock to hold the tape where it was. And you can see it tells you how many inches it was. And all the way down, this is 7 5/16. See that? 7 5/16. So I could see where this would be really handy. Anyway, I haven't explored all. It's got a belt clip on it. I haven't explored all the features of it yet because I just opened the box this morning. But I thought that would be pretty handy if you have somebody, maybe your dad, you know, you got somebody that's kind of a you know, does stuff at home and fixes stuff and maybe does a little woodworking or just might need a tape measure. That to me would be pretty handy. You could give this to your wife. That way, you know, my wife's always like, hey, what is that? What's that mark now? Tell me that again. So anyway, just an item, and I'm going to make a video and I'll post it later. But I thought it was a pretty cool little device. And then where's the other thing? And then the other thing I got, which, you know, I'm kind of irritated with TikTok right now because I posted this video last night and it's a Christmas item and it's on sale. It's on Black Friday sale still. You know, there's still stuff that on TikTok that says Black Friday sale, even though Black Friday's come and gone and Cyber Monday's come and gone. And now it's just the Christmas season, right? Mowing God says, I go with old timers, measure close. Well, my daddy always said, measure twice, cut once. And hell, I probably measure 3 or 4 times when I'm building something because inevitably I'll get distracted and you know, get off like, you know, 1/8 of an inch or something, and then it doesn't fit. So anyway. The other thing, and this, and I'll kind of tell you the story here in a minute. The other thing that I got was this little pocket knife. And it's by Hunter Dual. And it's a pretty handy little, I mean, you know, it's kind of what I call an everyday carry pocket knife. It's got a little belt clip on it. It's got the little piece here on the back for opening it, and you just Opens up pretty quick. It's got a D2 steel blade on it. Anyway, pretty handy and super sharp. A little knife. And so I did a video on it last night, right? And I posted it last night. And later in the night, I was like, violation for what? And TikTok says, you can't promote weapons, guns, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I'm confused. And I'm still confused because if you're not supposed to promote these on lives or on videos, then why do they sell them on the TikTok shop? And of course, with TikTok, when they do that, they never really give you an explanation so that if you make a mistake, you know, really, I think it shouldn't be a violation. I think they should just say, hey, that's not allowed. You know, can you take that down? Or can you change something? So, yeah. Yeah, so Kim's been to the Golden Gate. Anyway, so just a little, and I think I figured out what they didn't like is I put some comment to the fact that I thought it would make a good Christmas gift, but I watched other videos about it, and, you know, and I tell people this all the time, a stick off the ground could be considered a weapon if you're trying to defend yourself. Your hands can be a weapon if you're trying to defend yourself. So, you know, I guess this would be too. That's not how I was promoting it. It's a Christmas gift, and it's a well-made pocket knife. It only weighs like 2.7 ounces, so it's not real heavy. And I thought that it would make a good Christmas gift, especially if you have a teenage or a son or grandson or someone you know that you wanted to give something to. When I was growing up, I think I had to be 10 or 11 before my dad got me my first pocket knife. It was an old timer, and I still have it. But anyway, so that's what I ran into last night with that. And they didn't take the video down. I think it was just that I'd made some comment about it being a Christmas gift, a good, what I thought a good idea for a Christmas gift. But anyway, what do y'all think about it? What do you think that, you know, if TikTok sells these and you promote something that they sell, that should be a violation? I don't think it should be a violation. So I appealed it. We'll see what they do. I don't know if they're going to make me take it down or not, but anyway, so little pocket knife. If you're ever interested, there is a video up and a link. I thought it was pretty cool. I probably got a drawer full of pocket knives like most men do. Anyway, so there you go. When's the next trivia stream? Adrian. So I'm glad you joined this morning because we're going to do trivia tomorrow morning. Thursday's going to be our trivia day. And y'all, just so you know, Adrian's over here on TikTok, and he is one smart cookie. And initially I was like, dude, are you looking up these answers? And he promised he was not looking them up. But we do have some smart cookies here in this group. So if you haven't got to play trivia with us, put your smart cap on in the morning because we got some really snappy answers. And some of the stuff, I tried to ask hard questions and they had the answers to that too. But it was fun. We always have fun playing trivia. I like it. I love the answers I get to see, and so yeah, it's super fun doing that. So here's a question I was going to ask all of you today. So if you're on TikTok and you haven't joined or follow, if you haven't joined the fan club, send me a little heart thing, and that'll get you in the fan club. If you have, make sure you're liking, sharing. We do a thing on TikTok. It's the finger exercise. So everybody hold your finger up, do this. Everybody over here already knows how to do it. And then you do this. Then you get real close to the screen and you tap on it, and that gives likes in TikTok. I don't know if it does the same thing for YouTube or not, but if it does, just like the video. It helps keep us on the air. Let's see. Okay. Here's the question I had for you. Has everybody got post? I want everybody to put in the comments one thing that you would like to have as a Christmas gift this year. And it can't be money. I mean, we all would like money, but one thing that you think you might like as a gift. Ellen just joined 876. Hey, good morning. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. I appreciate you. Let us know where you're from, Ellen. And then tell us, okay, she was on the last stream. I just must have missed you. Sorry. Sometimes on YouTube, when people join, if you don't comment, I might miss you. I'm sorry if I did, but I'm glad you're here. You look like you have, is that, I can't tell what your little icon is. Is that a Santa bag or something? John says he needs a new pressure washer or some sleep. Oh, yeah, sleep you're probably not going to get if you have a newborn baby. They are pretty demanding. Pressure washer, that's a possibility. Ed wants remote controlled LED lights for his office. Are you talking about like lights that will light up the room? Oh, okay, to spruce it up for the season. Oh, okay. Hey, Ed, have you seen those? They come like in they're LED lights, and they come like, I think 100-foot strand. And they have like a self-adhesive on the back, and they have an actual phone app, and you can change the colors and do all of that. Of course, they show them on the outside of a home, but you can put them anywhere. I'm guessing since they have that self-adhesive back on them, you can just stick them on. Bookcase behind. Like a remote control airplane. I've seen those. Those are pretty good. Ellen says a phone. What kind of phone? Ellen, are you an Android user or Apple? For my bookcase, yeah. Those remote control airplanes, Casey, are pretty cool. If you're talking about the, when I was a kid, they used to have them. They had the little engines on them, and they came with some little fuel, and you'd turn the prop to fire them up, and they would actually, take off and fly. We crashed them more than we actually got them to fly. But yeah, I never had one, but I knew kids that did have them. Ellen wants an iPhone. All right, everybody raise your hand. Who on this live likes iPhones? Just type in iPhone or Android. Let me know. John says me. Me, iPhone. Okay. John's an iPhone. Ellen's an iPhone. Who else? Calcop's an iPhone. Becky just joined. Becky, tell us what kind of phone you like, iPhone or Android? iPhone. Well, I like Android, and maybe it's because I'm in tech. I don't know. I like Android, and here's why I like Android. Hey, Becky, how's it going? Tell us what kind of phone you like, iPhone or Android. She keeps popping in and out on me, so I don't know if she's still with us or she's just like driving by and not stopping and rolling the window down. The things I don't like about iPhone is that they're proprietary, and there's so many things that they make really difficult to do, the flexibility, especially if you're trying to work with the phone and computers, because iPhone, unless you have an Apple laptop or desktop, an iPhone, they don't talk and share with each other very good. I have an Android because they work better with transferring data back and forth to the computer, and I just find that they're a lot more flexible and easy to use. Now, iPhone over the years has gotten some better, but if you've had an iPhone for very many years, you can remember when you had to have an iTunes account to update the phone. You don't have to have that anymore. You'll still get updates if you don't have an iTunes account. But, initially you had to have one of those, and they were just a big giant pain in the hiney, I thought. And work used to make us have iPhones, and I'm just not an iPhone fan. Everybody in my family has iPhones, but not me. I like this. I carry a Samsung, and matter of fact, here's what I asked for Christmas. Because did everybody tell me what they wanted for Christmas? Ed, Calcop, did you tell me what you wanted for Christmas? I just didn't see it. I know you don't want an iPhone. Casey wants an airplane. Ed wants remote lights. John just wants some sleep because he has a newborn baby. That's a good question. Yeah. Can you imagine how tired you are? How tired your wife is? I can't imagine that. If men had to have babies, we wouldn't have kids probably. Women do an awful lot, and men do too. I mean, it's a two-way street. Men work hard. Women have our children and raise our children, and so being a parent's tough in a lot of ways. I'm going down the list here. Sorry. iPad. Okay. Good vibe, Vet. Thank you for joining. An iPad, huh? I've had iPads. Now, that's the one. Let's see. Let me look over here. Okay. Eileen said she'd be back in a minute. Okay. Don't know why, but YouTube changed my name. Made it longer. Darn YouTube. Yeah, I was looking at that. It's like Tom. There's a bunch there. So I just called you Tom. I hope I didn't mess that up. iPads. I like iPads. I even tell people to get an iPad. I've had 2 of them myself. Other family members have had them, but I've had 2, and I like them. And my only downfall, again, is when you're trying to transfer data from an iPad over to your Windows desktop, they're not compatible. And there's some other little things that I don't like about them. So this year, my Christmas wish for a gift was a Samsung Galaxy tablet. Now they have some tablets that are ridiculously overpriced at $900, $1,000, $1,100. I didn't request one for that. I opted for a little older version. It's still new. And if you ever are looking at tablets and you're looking at Samsung tablets, they have A models and S models. A models are more budget friendly, and S models are top of the line. So if you're using a tablet and maybe you want like a 12-inch tablet, and you're going to put a keyboard on it and you're going to use it instead of a laptop, then maybe it's worth $1,000. I don't know. I don't think they are. The model I got was the cheaper version, and it's normally like $200-$300. But I found it. I'm cheap. Let me see. My wife says I'm cheap. I say I'm frugal. I found one for like I think 140 or 50 bucks, new. And so what I want to use it for is because if you've ever tried to use TikTok on a Windows PC, you know that it'll work but there's a lot of features that are not compatible with a PC yet. And the TikTok Studio used to be really terrible. The first couple of times I checked it out, I didn't even want to use it because it was so bad. And now they've made some major improvements, cleaned it up, made it a lot easier to use, more user friendly. Look at Lenovo. I work on Lenovo equipment every day, and I've looked at their tablets. And so there's one reason I got a Samsung tablet is one, it was a good price, and two, it's compatible with my phone, and three, and probably the most important one is TikTok works with mobile devices. TikTok was developed as an app, not a piece of software to work on a Windows computer. So that's why you miss a lot of features when you're on a PC looking at a TikTok versus your phone or a tablet. And so that's why I want the tablet, because sometimes when I'm doing work, I need to look at TikTok, but I need to look at two different screens, and trying to switch on your phone and post stuff. It makes it a little easier with my big fat finger to type and do stuff there. So that's what I wish for Christmas. And, not just that, but that would be my gift. There's a lot of other things that I think that everybody should wish for Christmas, but, that's all personal preferences there. So what else? What? I see they did. You changed your name back. Okay. What do you want? I don't know what she means there. I think she was saying, what do I want for Christmas? Yeah, that's what I want. Samsung Galaxy tablet. It says my first computer was a TRS 80, then an Apple II. Yeah, so I got my first computer when I was 37, and it had Windows 3.1 on it. As far as a personal computer, I couldn't afford an Apple computer. I mean, schools had them, but by then I was out of school, and every place I worked had Windows computers. They didn't have Apple computers. And where I work now, at the corporate level, they had some Apple computers, but there's not very many technicians that can work on Apple equipment, because you have to be certified, and it's pretty expensive. I've been told, and they're just not used wide. I mean, a lot of people do have them. I get it, but nothing like Windows computers. Everybody uses Windows, and so yeah, that's where most of the techs are. If you happen to be trained and work on Apple equipment, you can make some good money. There's a few companies out there, but one, the equipment's expensive. Two, it's they run into the same issues that everybody else does. There's a lot of software out there companies need to be able to use that are, if the way Apple does it is, if Apple didn't make it and it's not Apple's program, you're not using it, period. And I think that goes all the way back to, when it first started and they were competing against each other. So I don't know. Well, I like your handle. So here we go. This is the one thing that I like, or my opinion for user IDs is, if you just use letters and numbers and you join a live, what do I call you? And I mean, and let's say that you tell me, hey, well, my name's Ellen. And you're like, okay, great. And Ellen, you joined today, and then maybe you get busy and you don't join again till a week from now or 2 weeks from now. And sorry, I'm having to do a little security thing here so that TikTok, I hate that. They don't think I'm a bot. And I forget your name. And so I always like stuff like, that's easy to remember. Mine's Dave Shop. Well, it's pretty easy to know that my name's David. And like Cow Cop. I mean, that's something I know what Cow Cop's first name is too. And then Ed, that's easy. And then you have people that come on and it says user 1237853. I'm never going to remember that. And this is just me, but I always like to be able to call people by their name. And so I'm sitting here, Tom, if you look at his URL, I mean, it's his usernames. And when you're blind like me and it's on a mobile device, I have a hard time reading that. So yeah, I always tell everybody, keep it simple. You don't have to give away all your information. You can even make up a name. If your name's really Betty, you can, make it Bob or whatever you want to make it. But just my opinion. And, because I've had some people tell me that's not my name. Don't call me that. And it's because either I can't read it or I just take a portion of their user ID. But my advice would be keep it simple. Casey, he uses his first name. But anyway, there you go. My 2 cents worth. Not that it means anything. But calling you Tom is okay, obviously, because you put Tom there, and I can remember that. Bob from Las Vegas. I like that too. Yeah. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. There you go. Yeah. So everybody, we're going to do a trivia tomorrow. Don't forget, if you're watching this on TikTok and it's your first time here, please make sure that you like, share, follow so that I can do the same thing after the live's over, providing you're not a bot. Same thing on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because even if you can't join every day, if you hit that notification bell, you'll get a notification, hey, there's a live. And then that way, if you want to continue to join, and I hope you do, because in the next 6 months, like we've been doing this 3 months, and I'll tell you this, that when I started, I was sitting in my recliner, and it was I don't remember, Tuesday morning. And I've been doing social media since 2019. And I'm sitting in the recliner and I'm thinking it hadn't been, either I'd been told that, my job was ending at the end of the year, because I want to say they gave us about 10 weeks notice, maybe more, maybe 3 months notice. And I had thought about going live, and I seen other people go live, and I thought, I don't know if I can do this. And for some reason that morning, it just struck me, and I was like, well, I'll try it for, 10 minutes or something. And I did. And surprisingly, and that's how I met Ed. That's how I met Casey and Chris, or Cow Cop, and Jimmy D, and some others. And Ed was really kind, and because I didn't know what I was doing, he, of course, on TikTok, I think they've cleaned it up a lot. It seems like they have. But at first, there were a lot of bots, and there was a lot of inappropriate stuff that would come up in the feed. And so Ed helped me understand how to block that stuff and report it, and get that out of our feed, because we're not about any of that nonsense. So And so there's a group of guys there that they've supported me since I started, and I continue to meet new people. I was told that by my by my 17-year-old granddaughter that Pops, you really shouldn't try to stream anything on YouTube because people don't watch live streams on YouTube. And I was like, really? They don't? And I've been on YouTube way before TikTok started. And so I was like, really? I said, well, they have live stream. Well, they have live stream and you're telling me that people don't know? You're wasting your time. Well, I don't think I'm wasting my time. It took me a little bit how to figure it out because I think YouTube has some features that are really good that I like about live streaming. One is they take the live stream, they make it into a full version video. So if you do miss the live stream, you can go back and watch it. You can go back and watch all the live streams that we've done on YouTube. Even if you're, and a lot of times if you miss it on TikTok, the best you're going to get there is a clip, a highlight, maybe. And it's usually only a minute or so. So if you wanted to, watch something or somebody said, hey, did you see that? And you're like, no, I want to go watch that. With YouTube, you can, fast forward through it, watch whatever part you want. And so I really like that part of it. I'm still, but there's parts on TikTok I like. I like the fact that you can tap on the screen on a mobile device and it gives you likes. And there's a few other things that I like. They have emojis. I mean, they got it going on. And if you look at and compare, more people stream on TikTok than that stream on YouTube. However, I'm building followers on TikTok, and I'm going to continue to do that. But I also want to maintain and build followers on YouTube. The TikTok shop, I really like the fact that there's products out there, there's companies out there asking you to promote them, so it gives you stuff to make content on. YouTube, you can make content, and I get requests to do stuff on YouTube too. Not as much now as I initially did, because initially I was, and I'm still a part of a Home Depot seeds program. It's just where manufacturers reach out to you, and you can do videos about tools and that type of stuff. And that's how the YouTube channel started. So yeah, so there's a best of both worlds. So I want to build followers in both locations. There's a few things on, there's one main thing on YouTube that I'm trying to get to right now. And I want to get to the same thing on TikTok, but for a different reason, is I'm trying to reach 10,000 followers. Like I said, I've been doing it since 2019. Both channels are around getting close to 6,000 followers. So got 4,000 more to go. I'm going to be doing it full time for the next 6 months to see how it goes. There's a affiliate program on YouTube that you can be a part of, that I would like to be a part of. But you have to have a minimum of 10,000 followers. So if you know anybody that's bored and just likes to follow old guys on YouTube, well, share it and spread the word, and have them just go click follow, because it's free, doesn't cost anything. Same thing on TikTok. If you want to follow, it's free. I do the same on the backside. And I always go check the followers. A lot of what I'm seeing on YouTube, a lot of people who are on YouTube watching live streams, they don't make any content. So, and that's fine. You can you can participate and not make content. And I think that's good. So, again, everybody, let me see what time it is. It's 6:54. I want to thank everybody for joining me this morning, and letting me just ramble, I guess, for the most part. It's always fun. I always love seeing everybody join every morning. It's a great way to start your day. Have a cup of coffee. It's like sitting around a table with a bunch of friends. And now imagine that if you had a huge table, like in our house where we eat, we have a round table. And I've always believed that having a round table was really important, because One of the rules in our house is we have, you can eat any other meal by yourself, off with your friends and all that. But at supper time, we all circle the table and we talk about our day. And we started that when the kids, with my daughter, when she was young, and we continue that with our grandchildren, that we sit down at a round table. And the reason you get a round table is because everybody's staring at everybody. You can't, you sit at a long table, you could sit at the end and never talk to the person on the other end. And with a round table, you're not going to miss any of the conversation. And it's really important to talk to your kids if you have young ones coming up, from elementary through high school, and even when they get into college. I think you still need to have that family time where you talk about the day, and they know it's a safe place and that they can talk about whatever they need to talk about. And in this day and time and all the crazy stuff that happens, I think having a round table and having your family around that table at supper time as much as possible. That's when all the phones go off, nothing else is on. We spend that time eating supper together and sharing our day. So what I would ask you to do today is go do something kind. You never know what that's going to do for the person you do it for. Thanks for joining me this morning. We're going to do trivia tomorrow, so put your smart caps on. And I'll see all of you back here at 5:45 in the morning, and we will start our trivia game. What fun. Make sure you check out my daily videos where I'm asking Christmas questions. Those are fun too. Share those with your friends and family. And thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Everybody have a great day. Ed, I hope you don't have to shovel the snow out of your drive every day. Man, I could see where that would get really old. Chris, out on the road, be careful out there taking care of our ranchers. Casey, be careful. He's traveling across the United States this time of year. Weather can be bad. Thank you, everybody on YouTube, for joining me. I appreciate it. Come back in tomorrow and let's make this a regular thing. Share with your friends and family. Until tomorrow, have a great, wonderful, blessed day.